Hey there guys, welcome to Arsenal Fan TV, and this is my review of Arsenal 2, Manchester City 1. Yes, we can go into Christmas feeling incredibly overjoyed after what was a fantastic performance from Arsenal on the night, and I can't help but feel that it should have been more tonight. We really did play some fantastic football. Felt we were a bit unfortunate to concede. I thought the defence held really firm throughout the course of the game and didn't really warrant it. I feel a bit bad for Petr Cech, to be honest, that he didn't break the Premier League all-time clean sheet record. But he's got games against Southampton and Bournemouth coming up, which we should be getting 6 out of 6 in, but I won't count my chickens just yet. They are very unpredictable games, and we've just got to really build on this victory heading into games like that and hopefully build some consistency within the team, because we've had now a good number of wins on the bounce, and this win for me really does lay down a statement in terms of the title race. We went into this game without three of our most key players: Francis Coquelin, Santi Cazorla, and our main man in Alexis Sanchez. I mean, do we have a new main man now in Mesut Ozil, with him pulling the strings in midfield? He's been an absolute maestro for us this coming season, and even is taking away the limelight from Alexis Sanchez somewhat. It's great to have a player of his quality in the Arsenal team, but I'll get on to Mesut Ozil a little bit later. Back to my previous point, we came up against a Man City side that has splashed so much cash throughout the summer. Players like Raheem Sterling, Kevin De Bruyne, a centre-back partnership which equated to about 70 odd million compared to our centre-back partnership of Mertesacker and Koscielny, which cost no more than about, 20-25 million. To beat that City side, which was nearly full strength, let's not forget as well, the only real absentee was Vincent Kompany, which you could argue is a game changer. But on the flip side, without Coquelin, without Sanchez, those are game changers. I can't help but feel if those players were in the squad, and I'm not being arrogant, I do feel we could have won this game about, 4 or 5-0. I thought we were that good on the night. City did have their chances, let's not get too carried away here. They really did have a good couple of chances throughout this game. They could quite easily have gone 1-0 up in the first half through Kevin De Bruyne if it wasn't for him being selfish. He saw his shot go wide at the far post with Petr Cech. If it had squared to David Silva, could have quite easily been 1-0 to City in the early stages. But our defence really did hold firm. There was about a 10-15 minute period in the first half where Touré, etc. were really putting some pressure on the Arsenal goal, but weren't really having that clear breakthrough. They were having lots of pop shots, but nothing really clear cut and on target. We got our goal, which was an absolutely fantastic one from Theo Walcott, kind of originated out of absolutely nothing, but he intercepted the pass from Mesut Ozil, which I think was aimed for Nacho Monreal, but a good interception nonetheless by Theo Walcott, and a peach of an effort past Joe Hart into the top corner of there, and Walcott really did need that goal. Fantastic for him, playing out on the wing. I mean, the confidence must be thriving for our forward men. That front three for me of Walcott, Campbell and Giroud is the most hard-working front three that we've got at the club. I mean, it might not be the best in terms of technical ability. Yes, when Alexis Sanchez is fit, he should come back into the starting 11, but the way they track back, Joel Campbell especially, thought was fantastic in the defensive department. The skill and attributes these players have got really is exciting to see, and they work so hard for the team, and the effort that those three put in certainly were value for their performances tonight. So really glad to see that, and Walcott capping it off with a goal tonight. I thought he put in an extraordinary performance, and you've got to say Walcott does really turn it up in a big game. So really pleased with Walcott making it 1-0 to the Arsenal, and not too long after, stroke of half time, Olivier Giroud makes it 2-0. Mesut Ozil yet again with the assist. A lovely, quick, fluid move from the Arsenal. Typical move that you would associate with our football club, our style of play. Ozil threading it into Giroud through the legs of Joe Hart to make it 2-0 at half time, and it was the perfect way to cap off what had been a rather difficult and tiring half for Arsenal, but nonetheless a half that I felt we certainly deserved to go in as leaders in. I thought we were dominant, we were clever with our play, and we were clinical when we had to be. We'd only had 2 shots on target, in fact 2 shots in the whole game come half time, but both of those shots, resulted in goals. So I was really pleased to see that from Arsenal. We're taking our chances when they come to us. Ozil is so instrumental to that. He has been an absolute revelation this season, and I really do hope it continues for him. If it does, he's already got 15 assists. He should smash that Premier League assist record held by Thierry Henry, and I mean, he could quite easily end up with about 25 to 30 assists, if not more, if he continues to play in this style and has an injury-free season. So delighted for Ozil, and delighted for the team that we're starting to reap the benefits of his absolute quality. He should not be underestimated. Fantastic footballer to have at Arsenal Football Club. It's going to be great to see him link up with Alexis Sanchez when he returns to full fitness. And just mentioning briefly Alexis Sanchez, it does seem that he's not going to be back till January the 10th, so a little bit of a blow there, but do we want to really interrupt that front three that we've got going on at the moment of Giroud, Walcott and Joel Campbell? I don't think we do. It's really given them a time to shine, but let's hope that Sanchez has a speedy recovery and is in the squad ASAP, because he will bring some much needed quality to this Arsenal side. I say much needed quality, much needed depth more like, because we do seem to have the quality going forward if we're able to pull off victories like this. Going into the second half, this is where I feel we should have really built on the 2-0 lead that we already had. Joel Campbell had a great chance on goal, felt he should have scored that, and the best one of the bunch, probably Aaron Ramsey. A lovely fluid move once again from Arsenal, put in one-on-one with Joe Hart, and really did lack that killer instinct there. Disappointed not to see Ramsey bury that in the back of the net, and we were punished a little bit later on for not taking chances when they came to us, and it really was squeaky bum time after Yaya Toure made it 2-1. Bit of a fluky shot. I'm not too sure if he went for goal or if it was a cross, but it really did bewilder Czech, and it ended up in the back of net, making it 2-1. Was difficult from there on in. Jesus Navas had a very good chance just before Yaya Toure scored. De Bruyne had a very good chance. I mean, it could quite easily have ended 2-2, but I think that would have been very harsh on us because Per Mertesacker and Laurent Koscielny played superbly tonight. Mertesacker put in a really good performance, although he was a bit liable towards the end. He did lose Yaya Toure a little bit later on when he could have had another chance, but for the most part of the game, I thought he was fantastic. Both the fullbacks, Bellerin and Monreal, were superb as always. Koscielny, probably at the heart of that defence, had an amazing display as always, but it's good to see positive signs from Mertesacker, who has come under also scrutiny recently, and they played like the partnership that they did when they first emerged in 2012-13, so hopefully that'll continue for the remainder of the season. I do want to see Gabriel get some game time relatively soon. No, we saw Callum Chambers come on, just going to give him a little bit of talk because I thought he had he did a decent job when he came on. I felt he kept Toure a little bit better, and although he was on the pitch only about 5 to 10 minutes, did a fairly decent job for the time that he was on the pitch. And given that we've got games coming up now against Southampton and Bournemouth, both in the space of a week, with Flamini being the age he is, I think he's starting to tire that a little bit more, and I think he did look a little bit knackered towards the end of the game. I think he's doing a really good job. He's not doing a fantastic job. He's not the player that we, ideally want in that central defensive midfield role. But I mean, that's not really Flamini's fault. I think he's doing the best that we can ask of him. He's about 31 years of age. He really is putting his heart on the line with Arsenal. Puts in a top hard-working performance every single game. He does lose the ball every now and then, but I mean, it's not really his fault that he's in the situation he has to be, where he's having to play so often. I do hope we invest in January, but for one of those games against Bournemouth or Southampton, I think we've got to bring in someone like Callum Chambers to fill that central defensive midfielder and give Flamini a little break because he is starting to tire, in my opinion. But maybe he can play the next 2 games. Only time will tell. But a 2-1 win against Man City, we really did hang in there in the end, but I mean, I'm absolutely delighted with this win. In terms of the title race, yes, we are still behind Leicester, and long may Leicester continue their vain run of form because I absolutely love seeing them at the top of the table. I hope they finish as high as they possibly can do, just as long as we finish above them. Ideally, they could finish second and we finish top of the pack. That would be a superb way to cap off the season if Leicester are able to get a top 4 finish. But, I mean, great result this evening. I'm really looking forward to Christmas now. This has really made my early Christmas present. Indeed, I do hope you're all looking forward to Christmas, and I hope this has been somewhat of an early gift for you to unwrap. And I mean, we go into these games now against Bournemouth and Southampton, should I say, which will not be easy games, especially that game against Southampton on Boxing Day. That really is a ground that hasn't been kind to us, St Mary's. I hope we can get the win there. But Southampton haven't been all that good this season. They recently lost 2-0 to Spurs, so I'd hope we'd go there and at least get a scrappy 1-0 win. That would do me, and then go and beat Bournemouth. 6 points out of 6 I am expecting, but I mean, this league is precarious. I just hope we're able to be consistent now and win the games that we're supposed to, because we do have some winnable fixtures coming up and we have to capitalise on other teams' misfortunes. 4 points above City now, 7 points above United and Spurs. I mean, we are starting to open up a little gap between us and our title challengers, so I really am looking forward to seeing how we cope going into the new year, especially with Alexis Sanchez, Jack Wilshere, Danny Welbeck, all these players coming back into the fold for Arsenal, especially if we're able to reap the benefits of the January transfer window, which I sincerely hope we invest in. It could be an exciting season for Arsenal, and for the first time in a long, long time, I genuinely believe that we can go on to win the title. Just a case of keeping our key players fit, and let's just see what we could do. But anyway, guys, I'm not going to get too ahead of myself. It was a fantastic result tonight. Please do get your thoughts on the game in the comments box below. Like the video if you have enjoyed it. Subscribe to Arsenal Fan TV if you are new to the channel. And as always, I'll be speaking to you very, very soon.
Don't forget, for Christmas, you can get hoodies just like this at AFTVstore.com.